Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video titled, Why Do Black Men Date Latina Women? Let's get right into it.
How are you raised as a woman?
I was
serve
raised
or be...
to serve.
See?
To serve.
Hey, this is Raul of Please Act Right. Here's a video asking a black woman why she thinks black men like dating Latina women. Watch how this goes.
Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. Daddy wasn't shit. I raised you alone by myself. Be a strong black woman.
I think a lot of black men date Latina women because I'm gonna have to agree with Guapo. It's something new. It's out of the ordinary. You know?
Is this something new and out of the ordinary? Or is he looking for peace and cooperation?
I mean, so when you associate, if I can reverse it, you know what I'm saying? Why black women, we love our black men. At the end of the day, no matter how much I try to dance around it, you still end up with a black man. But women like to date outside our race because we do compartmentalize with the fact that a black man broke our heart. A black man did me dirty. A black man's my baby daddy and he shit.
So is it that all black men ain't ish? Or just the ones you're seeing and having babies with?
You know what I'm saying? My daddy, he a black man, he left me, or whatever the case may be. And so just referring it back to men, it's the same thing. They want something different. They want something out of the ordinary. So even if she wasn't Spanish and he's dating the typical girl who doesn't comply or isn't submissive and he ends up getting with a girl who is, he's gonna like her more because it's not the ordinary. It's not what he deals with every day.
Absolutely. We're gonna like the woman who is more cooperative and we get along with, no matter what her race is.
You understand what I'm saying? So I just think men, they're natural hunters. They're naturally out for the hunt. And so why would I go into the jungle and hunt for something that I catch every day? I can go easily like a bear. A bear can easily go in the water and catch his fish, right? But outside of that, when he goes and does get certain type of meats, he went out of his way to kill that prey.
It's true. Bears will go to the river and get easy prey, like fish. Now, would the bear continue to go after fish if it was toxic to him? Keep in mind that whether the bear goes after the fish, which is easy prey, or he goes after bigger prey that he has to work harder for, both are nourishment to him. If either of them were toxic, he'd just find something else to eat.
Feel any kind of way about it as a black woman?
I'm gonna tell you this, as a black woman, no. Yes and no. And I'm gonna say yes more than no because I feel like this. I'm beautiful.
She says she's beautiful. If she really thought that of herself, wouldn't she be in her natural state? Meaning no makeup, no fake eyelashes, no weave or wigs?
It does bother me when I meet men who are black, who say to me, "You're pretty for a black woman." What does that mean? Or
oh, you know what that means. You know what that means. I'm not even going to get into that pretty for a black woman thing. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I've heard it before. Let me address why I think black men date Latina women. I'm going to start off by saying in my childhood, I grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s. I won't lie, especially when I lived in an all-black neighborhood. The Spanish girls were like the foreign girls, right? They were like the exotic girls. I won't lie. They were like the creme de la creme. And men, we love their beautiful long hair, their beautiful light skin. I won't lie, they have bodies to match. So they matched everything our women match, right? They'll have a body just like a black girl, but with long, natural, beautiful hair. And we love that. We love the authenticity of a Spanish woman. On top of that, speaking another language, again, exotic. Right? Spanish girls are just like calling you Poppy and stuff like that. That made you feel a certain way as a man. Like, oh, yeah, I want a girl to call me Poppy in the bedroom or whatnot. Call me, you know what I'm saying? We thought that was fly. Also, a lot of them were very feminine. You know, I know there's more masculine Spanish women now, but back then they were very feminine. A lot of them, their parents were like first generation or they were first generation. And so a lot of them were very close to their roots, whether it's Puerto Rico, DR, Colombia, a lot of these girls, and they were very feminine. On top of that, there's even more reasons other than that. They were raised to serve their men. Very different than our black women. Our black women are raised to disobey their men. Spanish women were raised to serve their men. I said this story multiple times. The only girl I ever lived with in my entire life was a Puerto Rican girl, right? It's probably my longest relationship of my life. We dated for about 3 years. We lived together for 2 years. And I kid you not, when I would have friends come over, I have friends come over, they'll just come to hang out, whatever. We'll be sitting in the living room, just sitting down, talking, and my girlfriend at the time will just walk in and bring food. Walk in and bring drinks, ask if we need something, rub my shoulder, rub my back, give me a kiss, and then go. Right? And after we're done eating, she'll clean up the dishes and take them away. And then clean down the table. All while me and my friend are just sitting there, almost like we're being served at a restaurant. Right? And I remembered after she cleared our plates and took them away, my friend would look at me and said, like, bro, how'd you train her how to do that? Right? And I was like, I didn't train her. She came that way. And she used to tell me all the time, she was raised to serve a man. It was like when she was growing up, the people would just dial it into her. You must serve a man like this. You must serve a man like that. Spanish women have learned how to cooperate with men. But I will tell you, just like anything and everything, Spanish women come with their own set of unique problems. The one thing I've noticed from Spanish women, and this is probably true for black women too, but I'm just going to talk about, issues that you might have with a Spanish woman, is they love hard and they hate hard. So a Spanish girl would most likely be willing to stab you. I'm just being honest with you. She would be most likely willing to be violent against you because they believe, they're just that hurt, right? They just love hard, and for them they could just be that hurt. So my Spanish girl, she could get violent at times. She never put no knife on me or nothing, but she did call the cops on me one time. I wasn't happy about that, and it wasn't like I hit her or anything, because if I did hit her, they would have arrested me and took me away. She just called it to just like, I don't know. She always felt like she had to be more aggressive with me because I was black or something. That's what she used to tell me. She was like, oh yeah, she just thought I was tough, and she just thought, she had to like stand up to me or whatever. So that was that. Also, Spanish girls, and I even seen it in this girl's family, a lot of them cheat. I'm just being real. There's a lot of affairs going on in these novellas, okay? Spanish women can cheat. Black women can cheat too. I'm just trying to say there's a passionate culture, and so people are sleeping around, okay? So there are drawbacks as well.
What do you mix with? When I look in the mirror, I see a brown-skinned woman. I see a black woman. That by no mistake could you even mistake me for anything else but African American.
I just see a black woman. What do y'all see?
But to the society that we live in, because my eyes slant a little bit or whatever the association is, the straight hair, I don't know what it is, the weave, the lace is laying right that day, the curly bundles is extra curly, you associate me with, well, she has to be mixed with something because she's pretty. Because in your mind, you've been to these countries and you've been these places, and all you've experienced is the beauty of the women there, because you're not in Brooklyn no more.
Now, is it just because the women are beautiful and out of the ordinary? Or is it the way they treat black men on top of her beauty? Remember Zoom to Thailand, Richie Mack, with his girl Elle bringing him food? A lot of black women went in on him about that. But black men, they loved it because of the way she treated them.
And you're not in Jersey no more, and you're not in your state anymore. It's something new. So now you meet a black woman who's actually very attractive, and not to take anything away from our black women, but we subject ourselves to the commentary sometimes. I'm gonna take full responsibility for us and say, you have a choice as a black woman. Either you wanna continue to follow the stigma and be a part of that stigma, or you can set yourself aside and say, okay, hey, as a black woman, I already know that you already expect me to come in here and be loud and ghetto. I'm not gonna be that girl, I'm gonna be something different. And I think we'll get a different response from our men.
Now let me speak for all the men out there on what she just said. You will definitely get a different response from black men if you conduct yourself where you're not ghetto and loud. And yes, you do have a choice in the way you treat black men. Now, I'm not talking about males. There's a difference between a man and a male. A man is someone who is respectful and carries himself with dignity and betters himself on a daily basis. He also treats people the way he wants to be treated. A male does whatever the hell he wants to, and it doesn't matter whether he treats you well or not. He's just out for himself.
I got something to say though. So, not every masculine feature of a black woman can be easily changed. Not every one, okay? Some of them can, but the ones that matter to me the most are impossible to change. For example, that black girl, she's had a very raspy voice, right? A very Jada Kiss voice, sounds like she smoked Newport 100s every day type of voice. I can't get down with that, okay? That raspiness in her voice, very unattractive. And I don't know where these black girls got it from, but apparently they've been having it from a very young age. So maybe they sound like their grandma or something. Maybe they sound like an old aunt or something. But whoever voice they adopted, They really need to get rid of it. Right? I don't have a raspy voice. I got a male voice. I got a kind of higher pitched voice, but I don't have a raspy voice. So you be talking like, "What I do without you?" To have a voice like Ja Rule, nah, girl, I can't get down with that. Absolutely not. It's not attractive. Now, some Spanish girls have this voice too, but those are the Spanish girls that might be smoking Newport 100s on the daily, right? And they might be around more of this black culture where they sound just like all these girls. They got these horrible voice. And look, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Jersey, so I'm very familiar with girls sound like this. And to me, it makes me think to myself, like, look, if I'm going to date a Spanish girl or even a black girl, I can't date a hood girl or a girl that sounds like she's from the hood. At least vocal wise, right? If you're from the hood and you know the lingo, you know your way around, but you got a feminine voice, that feminine voice is like almost everything. That's why like girls who took steroids and they lose their voice permanently, bro, I can't get down with it. I don't care how attractive a girl is. If that soft voice, if I don't hear a soft voice coming through the phone, bro, don't even kiss me through the phone, bro. I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna block you for real because it just don't feel right.
Thank you.
Okay. As you're a Latino woman, okay, do you date black men?
I do.
You do or you don't?
I do.
Okay.
That's all I date.
Why do you prefer to date black men?
Oh, it's just the brown skin, the way that they actually treat women is differently than Latino men. They actually, the black men that I've dated before, they respect you, their background.
Look at that. We get good compliments from women. You never hear someone outside of the black race say, "Man, the way black women treat," you will never hear that. But black men, we get this all the time. We gotta shine a brighter light on this. Spanish women, and that's what my ex-girlfriend used to tell me, she loved the way I treated her because I cared about her. I appreciated her. I made sure she graduated college. Her family wanted her to drop out. I was like, "You ain't dropping out, not under my tutelage." Of course not. We're living in the same place together. Even though we had to grind, we had to study. And listen, we did get... a lot of this was going on, but I still made sure we got the job done, and we did. And she always appreciated me for that. You know what I'm saying? So black men, we're good men. We don't get the credit from our women, but women outside our race say it all the time.
And their way of treating their mom and their family is different than Latino men. Latino men don't give a about what they do to you, and if you find out that if they have a side or whatever, I believe the black man that I've dated, they're more respectful. Their wife is their wife. Untouchable. You understand? So for me, it's something different. I love black men, so.
So the Latino woman is having a better experience with the black man. Interesting. I wonder if it's because she's vetting these black men before she get involved with them. And if they're not on point, does she just walk away from them?
I'm sorry.
It just goes back to what Wapo and I said, her experience. I'm not going to belittle our black men. I love the milk chocolate, the dark chocolate, the brown chocolate, all the melanin. But if I have to think about what I think when I see a black man off the rip isn't always the most positive. Mm-hmm. So your experience with a black man is a great one. Yeah. Your experience with the Latino man is a different one. If I have to interject and say my experience with a Latino man, they're more perverted to me. They're more, oh mommy, oh my God, oh my God, mommy. Look at that. Look at that. They're very sexual.
Okay, so the black woman is having a bad experience with the Latino men too. So it's safe to say that there are some Latino men out there who don't treat women well, and there are black men out there who don't treat women well.
How were you raised as a woman?
I was raised to serve.
See?
Is that why black men are treating her better? Can you elaborate, please?
Serve.
How do you feel towards black women, right? When we date your Spanish men?
No. One subject at a time. See, I wanted to hear her elaborate on her definition of serve. Now, the black woman has changed the subject. Wait a minute. I smell something fishy going on here. I'm suspecting that this sister changed the subject real quick because she didn't want this Latino woman to say that she was raised to cook, clean, and serve her man a plate of food. Is it that the sister knew that if the Latino woman elaborated on it, that they would have asked her The sister, was she raised to serve?
Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. Daddy wasn't shit. I raised you alone by myself. Be a strong black woman.
Did she change the subject because she's one of those black women who say, I ain't cooking and cleaning for no man? Which she would have had to admit to. And that might be why the Latinos' experience has been better than hers when it comes down to black men? Interesting. Because the sister changed the subject real quick, and she never let them go back to it.
Now, I was raised with blacks.
Okay.
So to me, it's not nothing new. You know, to me, I was raised in a black community. I was raised in the projects.
Okay, if the black...
I want to hold right there though. Let's slow down. Let's slow down. Okay. Raul, shout out to Raul from Please Act Right. Go check out his channel. The link is in the description. Great channel. I like reacting to his videos. I think he does a good job compiling clips. He just lets me. He literally lines up the bowling pins, and I just knock them down. But I want to start off by saying, listen, the black women talked about how Spanish men are perverted, black men are this, that. The one thing I know for a fact is black men, we're very reciprocal. If you give us your best, we're going to give you our best. We're very reciprocal in that way. When she said she was raised to serve a man, I believe that. I believe it because it shows in their effort. Were black women raised to serve a man? No. If you ask a black girl for something, if I'm sitting down and, I'm at a long day of work, I want to unwind or whatever. If I ask a black girl, can you get me something? You know what she would say? Is your legs broke? Is your leg broke? You know what I'm saying? Or they'll give you a hard time about the way you're toned, Oh, you didn't ask nicely enough. It turns into a whole nother thing. It has nothing to do with you just serving me, right? Everything's conditional with black women. They only want to serve you supposedly if your leg broke. Your leg need to be broken for a black girl to get you something from the fridge. You know what I'm saying? Can't get you a Gatorade. Can't get you a Sprite. I don't drink neither of these things. But can't get you no water. Can't get you no food. Your leg got to be broke. Okay? And on top of that, they want to make sure you ask a certain way. Oh, you got to say politely. You know how Kevin Samuels, you got a lot of black women say, oh, his tone was off, his tone. Everything's conditional with black women. They're only going to perform under certain circumstances. I'm not saying talk to your woman poorly. But, you got to be very careful. That's why if I'm dating a black girl, I got to say things like, can you please get me this? I got to emphasize, and I'll even emphasize it to piss them off. Can you please get me this? Would you be so kind enough to get me this? I got to stress it to let her know, like, this is painful, man. I can't even just talk to you. I can't say, yo, pass me that thing right there. Pass me that thing. I ain't your nigga. I ain't your boy. I ain't your homeboy. Don't talk to me like I'm your homeboy. I ain't your boy. Bro, you sound like my homeboy, bro. My girl should just be serving me, no problem. I shouldn't even have to ask her. A Spanish girl walk up to you, ask you need anything, you want anything? She'd be like, you want some head? Want some head? Yeah, you want some head while you eat? Sure. Black girl will never offer you head while you eat. I'm okay, maybe I did I don't know. I got to think about that. But in general, the customer service from Spanish women is top notch. I don't know. They might be better. I heard the Philippines is pretty good. I don't know. I'm going to go and find out. I even heard girls in Africa pretty good. I'm supposed to go to Africa this year for a wedding. So I'm excited about that. Going to Nigeria. I'm really excited about that. But in general, black women, if you want them to serve you, it's only if they feel like it. They got to be in the mood. It's hard, bro. It's so sad. Who raised you? Who raised you? And the upbringing is so important for these women because if they were raised to defy you, to disobey you, to point their fingers at you and talk slick to you, that's exactly what they're going to do. That's what they're trained to do. I would say only date women that were raised to be wives. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of Spanish women were raised to be wives. And this is why Spanish women are married at a much higher rate than black women. A much higher rate. Right? I think it was like 1 out of 2, 1 out of 3, or one a little bit more better than 1 out of 3, something like that for Spanish women. Or black women is 1 out of 4. Black men is 1 out of 3. So black men were married more. Spanish women, they're married more. So think about it. Who really is the issue here? And this is why when I make these videos, the goal is to help the black community to just point out the problem. But again, I know most black people, they're going to make excuse after excuse and this and that. instead of understanding that this is the mission. Spanish women understand the mission. You got a man who's protecting and providing for you. That man needs to get his plate first. He needs to be served. He wants to be pleased. Shit, when I dated a Spanish girl, she wanted to hook up way too much. I got tired of sleeping with her. She wanted to sleep together. Bro, this girl wanted to smash like 3 times a day, bro. I won't lie. And this is why I tell people, you ever show me a pretty girl and I show a dude that's tired of screwing her. I was that dude. I got tired of screwing this girl all the time. I didn't have the discipline back then to know, yo, bro, even though you got a girl and you can smash her all the time, don't smash her all the time. But I had to learn that at a young age, because here I am in a relationship with a girl, and after a couple months of living with her, you're just now no longer interested in sleeping with her anymore because you done did it a million times. She would even catch me. I won't even lie. This is kind of, I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys and admit it. She used to catch me on my laptop looking at videos. And she would tell me, and it was so funny because she was so smart. She was like, you're so stupid. You have a beautiful girl that you can smash whenever you want, and you're online looking at videos? What's wrong with you? You're so stupid. You're so dumb. She should be on my case. She's like, you have a beautiful girl you can sleep with whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Me and her, we got along really well. We're not together anymore, obviously. And we're never going to get back together, obviously. But she still is the same person, same way. She treats men the same way. So shout out to her. And it's one of my best experiences. It helped me learn what I really want from a woman. It showed me this is what a woman should provide. So she set the standards high. And I believe I will get that again. I will believe. And if I can't, I'm going to just go back to Spanish woman.
Woman here grew up with black people, and the Latino woman here grew up with black people. I wonder why the Latino woman is having a better experience with black men than the black woman. Is it because she treats the black man that she's dating differently than the black women do? When she says she was raised to serve, that could make a big difference. Simply because she might have a better understanding of what submission really means. If the man is taking care of you, you have to take care of him in return. Meaning, he plays his role and she plays hers. Maybe she just knows how to play her role.
You see black men and Spanish men as equal, like you don't care if he's black or Spanish, or do you have a preference?
No, I have a preference.
And what's your preference?
Black.
Black? Now,
But reverse it.
Are you Puerto Rican, right? Are you Puerto Rican?
No,
Now,
but
hold on.
I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to.
No,
This is no judgment.
Let's
All right.
let's go, though.
Like,
No judgment.
hold on. Like in my perspective as a woman and how Spanish guys been with me and my relationships, it's trash. You understand? Like, no luck. But how black men been with me, my past relationships, they've been good.
I just find it ironic how women of other races say that they dated black men because of how the black men treated them. Yet you hear some black women, not all, but some black women, complain how black men mistreat black women. Could it be that these same black women are just simply making bad choices when it comes down to the black men that they date? Tell me what you think in the comments.
That's exactly the case. That you hit it on the head, Raul. You hit it on the head. It's exactly the case. These women treat us better, therefore they get a better version of us. They do. I won't lie. When I dated a Puerto Rican girl for 3 years, she improved my leadership skills, because here was a girl that pretty much laid it out for me. Like, we lived together. She was like, you are the leader. You know what I'm saying? Help us get to where we need to go. Right? And, I was able to buy a brand new car. So we had 2 cars. I had 1 car already. That was all paid off for. I bought a brand new car. She got to use my other car because the car that I bought brand new was stick. So no one got to drive that but me. Kind of one of the reasons why I like to buy stick shift cars is I'm the only one that know how to drive it. You know what I'm saying? In the crew, in the group, right? In the family, I would teach my kids how to drive stick. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? She couldn't drive it. So, and she wanted me a teacher, but I didn't want her to ruin my clutch or nothing. Hell no. Okay, but she allowed me to become a better leader because it gave me experience. Here I am, have to lead a family, essentially, a family of 2, to success. And I did. Like I said, we both graduated college. How many kids in their 20s can live together, graduate college without having any kids? How many? Oh, wait, and this is why I am the man that I am now, the confidence I have now. She gave me that confidence. I'm thankful to her. I won't even mention her name, but if she sees this, she knows exactly who I'm talking about. And thankfully to her, she should tell people, and she still tells people, according to what she tells me, that I was the only true love of her life. Right? She dated other men, and, she ended up having a kid, and stuff with her baby daddy didn't work out. He ended up being Spanish. It didn't work out. You know, but I do agree that Spanish girls, they vet black men better. They don't like all black men. They don't like all black men. Okay, you know, when a Spanish girl likes black men, I tend to be their type, but not all black men. Okay, you know, I won't lie. Some black men, you know, I don't even want to talk about what your shortcomings are. You know what I'm saying? But you guys came up short. You know, sorry to hear that. Okay, but you know, I think the bigger takeaway from all this is that black men as a whole, we're not really the issue. We're not, because women of other races sing our praises. And she's not the only one. Trust me, a white girl would definitely sing our praises. Asian girls would sing our praises. I think women of a lot of races sing our praises. We are the second most desirable men in the world, behind white men. Which, by the way, you know what I'm saying, they had an unfair advantage, so I don't even want to get into that. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole world had this colorism to white and white power and this and that. So, you know, respect, shout out to my white boys. You know, y'all can do y'all thing. Y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. We'll take second place as far as, you know, on average, the most desirable men. But either way, you know what I'm saying, we get praised by other women. This is why when we're successful, you can see us well. White women, black women, Spanish women, Asian women, any woman we like. Okay, so that's exactly why we date Latina women. They're more submissive. They know how to cook. They want to serve you, and they really appreciate us. Okay? Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel's blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.